Have you ever wondered why almost all cartoon characters wear white gloves? Well, to find out, we'll have to take a journey through the history of cartoons and animation. The white gloves appear for the first time in Disney's 6-minute animation The Ocean Hop, which was released on September 8, 1927. It was the sixth short from the Oswald the Lucky Rabbit series created by Walt Disney and Pieworks. In this film, the villain Pete was introduced into the series, and he also was the first character to wear the famous white gloves, although with 5 fingers, unlike those with 4 fingers that were popularized later by Mickey Mouse, who can be seen wearing them for the first time in the 1929 short The Opry House. There are 3 main reasons why Walt Disney decided to give white gloves to his characters. The first one was to save time. To speed up the whole process of animation, the animators started drawing the characters without too many details. Contrast was the second reason. As the first animations were produced in the black and white TV era, the animators wanted the hands of the characters to be more visible when they appeared in front of their bodies, and also to emphasize their gestures. The third reason is anthropomorphization. As Walt Disney says in his biography, "We didn't want Mickey Mouse to have mouse hands, as he was supposed to be like a human, so we gave him gloves." But there is actually a fourth reason, based on the racial prejudices typical for that period. To find out more about the origins of Mickey Mouse white gloves, we have to take a look at the history of live shows known as vaudevilles, which were popular in the US and Canada between the end of the 19th and the beginning of the 20th century. A typical vaudeville performance was made up of separate acts, which included classical musicians, singers, dancers, comedians, trained animals, magicians, acrobats, and many others. With the development of the technology, the live performances began incorporating scenes of interaction between real people and cartoon characters. The first performance of this kind was done by the famous American animator Winsor McCay. He incorporated a complex animation into a vaudeville called Gertie the Dinosaur, which left the audience absolutely astonished. Between the 1920s and the 1930s, live vaudeville had almost wholly been replaced by their animated counterparts. Animation movies adopted many of the aspects of the vaudevilles, especially the minstrel shows, which were a traditional part of those live performances. The minstrel shows were performed by white people in makeup, or the so-called blackface, for the purpose of playing the role of black people, and they represented African Americans as being stupid, lazy, and superstitious. Early in the 20th century, blackface branched off from the minstrel shows and became a form in its own right, until it ended in the USA with the US Civil Rights Movement of the 1960s. Blackface was an important performance tradition in the American theater for roughly 100 years, beginning around 1830. It quickly became popular elsewhere, particularly so in Britain, where the tradition lasted longer than in the USA. So that is why famous characters of early animation like Coco the Clown, Felix the Cat, and even Mickey Mouse all resemble black minstrel entertainers in both attitude and performance. As Gary Apgar says in his book, A Mickey Mouse Riddle, he is America as it feels itself: plucky, put-on, inventive, resilient, good-natured, game. Like America, Mickey has a lot of black blood. This fact was revealed to me in a conversation by Saul Steinberg, who, in attempting to depict the racially mixed reality of the New York streets for the super-sensitive and race-blind New Yorker of the 60s and 70s, hit upon scribbling numerous Mickeys as a way of representing what was jaunty and scruffy and unignorably there. From just the way Mickey swings along in his classic trademark pose, one 4-fingered glove hand held on high, he is jiving. Along with round black ears and yellow shoes, Mickey has a soul. Looking back to such early animations as the early Looney Tunes Bosco and Honey series and the Arab figures in Disney's own Mickey in Arabia of 1932, we see that blacks were drawn much like the cartoon animals, with round button noses and great white eyes, creating the double arch of the curious peaked skull caps. Cartoon characters' rubbiness, their jazziness, their cheerful buoyancy and idleness all chimed with popular image of African Americans, earlier embodied in minstrel shows and in Joe Chandler Harris' Tales of Uncle Remus, which Disney was to make into an animated feature, Song of the South, in 1946. Sound later brought the ability to infuse an animation with music and voices. This further developed black minstrelsy's presence in animation. Jazz music and singing became commonplace in these types of animated films. just as they were in vaudeville stage performances. Examples range from the crows in Walt Disney's Dumbo to Bosco the Talking Kid, where Bosco not only talks in the dialect of black minstrelsy, but tap dances as well. Mickey Mouse himself even encounters exaggerated, racially stereotypical natives in the short Trader Mickey in 1932. While Mickey wears white gloves, shoes and shorts, the natives wear grass skirts, chains on their legs and fat lips. In fact, if you try to watch some of the old Tom and Jerry cartoons on Amazon Prime Video, you will see the following disclaimer added by the website. Tom and Jerry shorts may depict some ethnic and racial prejudices that were once commonplace in American society. Such depictions were wrong then and are wrong today. While the following does not represent the Warner Brothers view of today's society, these cartoons are being presented as they were originally created, because to do otherwise would be the same as claiming that these prejudices never existed. In conclusion, I have to say that we must not judge Disney or any of the other famous companies, because in fact their movies are simply a reflection of the reality of the society and the world back in those days. Their contribution to the modern culture and the whole movie making industry is huge, and let's not forget those great childhood moments spent laughing with Mickey Mouse, Tom and Jerry and the rest of our favorite cartoon characters. So this is the end of this video, and if you enjoyed it, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, take care.